try my best to shake it. You must be contagious. Your love's like that. There's no masquerading. It's not complicated. Your love's like that. Restless, slipping down the slope. I try my best to shake it. You must be contagious.
So initial impressions, I gotta say, that blue looks really good. Or is it coral? Now, one of the things I was most excited for with the iPhone XR naturally was those iPhone XR wallpapers. So here's a look at all of them. I will say one thing that really stood out is the aluminum sides, and how they are color matched to the phone is a really nice touch. Like, it is super pretty. So yeah, the iPhone XR is cheaper than both the iPhone XS and XS Max, but you'd be surprised at how many features they share. They both feature the exact same A12 Bionic chip, True Tone displays, Face ID, wireless charging, dual SIM, stereo speakers, stereo recording, portrait mode on both the rear and front-facing cameras, Smart HDR, 4K video up to 60 frames per second, Memoji and emoji, and those are just to name a few. Now, initial impressions on the display, spoiler alert, aren't nearly as bad as everyone made it out to be. In fact, it is actually surprisingly good. Now, I want to quickly state that PPI and screen resolution are two completely different things. So no, it does not have the same resolution as the iPhone 4. In fact, it is much higher at 1792 by 828. One thing that immediately stood out to me is how bright this display is. Like, it is crazy bright. It's accurate, it's vivid, and yeah, you can definitely tell it's an LCD if you're used to an OLED, but by no means is this bad. So with the iPhone XR, you do get tap to wake, but one of the things you're giving up in addition to OLED and screen resolution is 3D touch. But thanks to iOS 12, you do get some sort of that functionality back. So you can see in Control Center, if I long press, I'm actually getting some of that 3D touch like functionality. It unfortunately does not work with apps. You can see here, if I long press, I'm just getting the classic delete or move an app around option. Still though, the fact that you do get some sort of that functionality in Control Center, and more importantly on the lock screen, to me is awesome. Next from there, like I mentioned, the iPhone XR features stereo speakers, and just like the iPhone XS and XS Max, they are really good. So between the speakers and the A12 Bionic chip, you're starting to see, if you're okay with an LCD display, the iPhone XR is shaping up to be a really solid phone. Now, as far as the cameras go, on the back, you have a single lens system as opposed to the dual lens system on the iPhone XS, but the good news is that lens is the exact same wide angle lens on the iPhone XS, and like I mentioned, you still get portrait mode.